game sense. Something which when done well, goes unnoticed. When done badly, can throw your game and turn you into a bronze player. A lot of you may think that game sense is easy, not give it much thought, but let me tell you right now that if you decide to pay attention, treat your game sense with care and respect, then your rank is gonna skyrocket, and that's just a fact. Here's some clips from a recent coaching session I did, which will help you with that. But before that, sponsor time. AOEA allows you to buy and sell Rocket League items at great prices. Whichever platform you're on, you can find that last item to finish off your preset. Use code VMN at checkout for a discount. And I'll leave the link to AOEA down in the description, so be sure to check that out. Nice, start off with a good pull shot. That was good. Banging our teammate into that ball. Okay. So, kind of in this position, I think something we can see right here is that we don't have possession of the ball, right? So when the ball's like, when the ball's in the middle between two people, normally it kind of belongs to someone just based off distance. So if you don't have the ball, or let's say since neither you or this guy have the ball, right? It's in open space. Who actually has the right to this ball, right? Who owns this ball? Who has the rights?
Considering he's closer,
yeah,
it's gonna drop on him. I feel like I should have jumped off the wall for it while he was still back in the corner. I think I just hesitated.
I don't think it's a jump off the wall. I think this was fine, right? Because you didn't have much boost. So I think you do the right play of not going for it.
Okay.
But I think you do the wrong play. So at this point, I'm thinking, this guy has the ball. If I go up for this, he's going to beat me because he's closer. So if I commit on this, I'm kind of just throwing myself at nothing, right? Because if he's at my skill level, if he's, you know, a normal Rocket League player, you know, technically 50-50 wise, this is not in your favor. This is like a 90-10. You know, he should get this ball, unless he screws up, like most of the time. I think what I would do normally is I would just respect the fact that he has initiative, so he has the ball. I like to call it initiative. I don't know if you've seen that in my videos or not, but
yes,
like someone has the ball. Yeah, they have initiative. So since he has initiative, we have to respect that, and we have to let him play out a little bit. So we just turn around, and we kind of see what he does with it. And then that way we're also defending with our teammate, right? When we come back this way, we can cut into challenge, we can pressure by flying up and contesting in the air, and we make it much easier for our second man.
Okay.
So just something to consider. Just think about like, in those situations where the ball belongs to nobody, normally it belongs to someone based off distance, right? So just try and think about that in the games if you can. So this is good.
I don't think I was expecting that bounce. I thought it was going to go straight up.
Yeah, I think you responded well, like to the bounce. So this is good what you did. Like you turned around and you respect the fact that your opponent now has initiative. Like you respect that, you turn around. That's perfect. But when you turn, obviously you need to make sure that you're covering the whole goal, right? So we should drive like this. As soon as we start cutting in here, what are we doing? We're starting to leave like parts of our goal open, right? The further we drive into mid.
Recover.
What did you say, sorry?
It's harder to recover, like, if a shot's back behind you.
Yeah, 100%. It's impossible to save any shots behind you. Like, it's almost impossible. You can do it sometimes, it's very difficult though. So like, as soon as we drive into mid, again, we start leaving some of this goal open. I don't think that actually matters too much in this situation because this guy doesn't even shoot behind you. I mean, he does a little bit, right? He shoots behind you.
It's also just a late reaction from me. I think I hesitated quite a bit. Could have kind of anticipated the shot here.
Yeah, definitely could have anticipated the shot. I think the reason you hesitated though, like, try not to put it down to hesitation. Like, a lot of things can be explained, so I always say, like, if someone finds themselves getting scored on a lot in defense or being in like these awkward situations, Normally it's not because they're awkward or because they hesitate a lot. Normally it's because their positioning is kind of off, right? Or it's kind of bad. And this is one of these scenarios where the reason this was probably awkward for you and the reason you hesitated was because you weren't in the right position. And that's why it felt like it was difficult, and that's why you hesitated. So what I'm thinking is, if you're coming back to cover this whole goal, right? So let's say you take this line back instead. Suddenly the angle on this ball is really easy for you to save, right? See, you just like, so you're here, you just jump up, you put it to the side. Really easy. Whereas in this situation, the reason you're hesitating is because it's now super awkward, right? Like it's really hard for you to make a save. If he shoots, you don't know what to do, that kind of thing. So just a little defense thing. Just make sure you're covering the whole goal, and that always comes in the positioning. Just make sure you don't find yourself like sitting in the middle of the goal like this. This is a very dangerous position to be. Always try and play to the posts if you can, so you can cover the whole thing. Maybe play more patient there. They don't score from this, but it should be a goal, right?
Yeah.
So right here, I'm not committing. Again, this guy has the ball. He has initiative. And if we take a 50 here, it's going to be not in our favor. I mean, you would win the 50, right? If you take a good 50. Like if I'm in your position, I'm going to beat this guy in a 50, right? 100% of the time. Even when I beat him in the 50, what's going to happen is the ball is going to go like this, and this guy's going to get it for free. It's kind of like just a bad play in general, right? So what I would do here is I would just slow down. I understand this guy has 0 boost, or very little boost. He probably has like 30 boost, 40. He has 0, never mind, he used it all. So he didn't even save any boost. So he has literally 0 boost. He can do nothing. So I actually want him to attack. And the reason I want him to attack is because he has 0 boost. And if he's on my side, like let's say I let him come all the way back here, and I turn and I take him all the way back and I shadow him, yeah? He is now here with 0 boost.
Okay.
Like, he can't do anything, right? He's nowhere near his side. So when I take the ball off him here, like I get good possession, I get the ball for free, and I also have made one of the enemies come to my side of the pitch with 0 boost. So he's now wildly out of position. I get the ball for free, and then we're attacking 2v1 against the last man, right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. So I always like to think of Rocket League as kind of like a, or I should say a shadowing, right? Like the concept of shadowing is all about shadowing the enemy back into a position where they are out of position on your side of the pitch, and you're making them use all of their resources, and you're waiting for an opportunity to take the ball off them, right? And if you're able to take the ball off them from shadowing, they are out of position, they have no resources, and then you can attack. That's kind of shadowing 101. So that's why shadowing should be your default, and you should do that most of the time instead of committing on the ball. Like, so if you think about committing, or if you commit a lot, try and change that to you shadow all the time, and you're going to commit sometimes, right? We're having the same issue.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it.
So, okay, so I'm going to go over this one more time, but I'm going to just do it a little differently, right? So I think you've got the idea in your head now. But obviously, what you want to do here is you want to turn around and shadow, right? That's the idea. So the idea is you do not commit here, you want to turn around and shadow. But the trigger for that, so you need to have a trigger, right? So you can actually actively start changing this. So it's like a, so see if you want to manifest a habit in real life. So let's say you want to, let's say I'll use me for an example, right? So let's see if I want to edit a video, yeah? Sometimes I need to change up my workspace. Like let's say I light a scented candle. Suddenly I've made an environment, like a trigger, yeah? For me to work. And that's the scented candle, right? It's the smell of the candle. It makes me want to work. And if I like do that over and over and over again, so every time I start editing a video, I put on a scented candle, it's like, it becomes this thing, right, where if I smell the candle, I work, right? Does that make sense? I work on editing videos.
Yeah.
It's like a trigger. It's the same thing in Rocket League. It's like a habit thing. So here, I want your trigger to be, this guy has initiative. That is your trigger, right? If the enemy has initiative, if he has the ball, if he has the right to the ball, if he has possession, if the ball is closer to him, this is your trigger to just fuck off. Right? To put it plainly,
Turn
like
around in shadow.
just turn around in shadow. That is your trigger for it, right? Like, let's just not go anywhere near this ball. It's just bad for us. I want that to kind of be your trigger from now on. So when you see the enemy has the ball, has initiative, you are defaulting to shadowing 100% of the time. And then once you've got that sorted, then you can start challenging sometimes if it's good, right? Kind of like the exception. Yeah. Your default should be the shadowing, and you start doing that. Anyway guys, that's all from me. I hope you'll go away from this video with a renewed sense of purpose, and at least a few things to focus on. And if you did, consider dropping me a like, comment, or subscribe. Also join our Discord community down below, and shoot me a DM if you're interested in coaching. Anyway, peace.